Hello, my name is DB and I'm in DB Studios. Welcome to All Things Brass and Technology. On the channel today, I want to talk about Trumpet Tone Concepts. This is going to be a multi-episode series. Yeah. So this is going to be episode 1, Trumpet Tone Concepts. Yeah. It's just, it's going to be really in real time. Like if you came in for a private lesson, you said, yo, D, what do you think about trumpet tone and what's your just concepts about producing trumpet tone or just that in general? So that's what this multi-episode series will be about, because I just definitely can't cover it in one episode. So, episode 1, here it comes. You know what's next. Let's get it. Okay, stay with me here. Now, for this first episode, I'm not going to be talking about the procedure physically to, achieve a great sound, or a core sound, or a basic sound. That's even better. Because we always want to start off with a basic sound, and then as we grow into our creative being, you develop, what you want with that basic sound. But we always have to start with a basic sound. But I want to start here from a creative realm. Because always remember, as I always say, all the stuff that we practice eventually will be to make music or satisfy whatever music that you're performing. Yes. So all these things that we do is for that. So I want to approach this first episode from a creative standpoint. Okay. I'm thinking. So if I pause, I'm thinking. This is all in real time. This is just like you walked in to a private lesson with me and you say, hey, D, listen, man. What do you think about in regards to like trumpet tone, or like what's your thought processor? And I would tell the student, well, just like I told you, that's going to be many lessons, many episodes, but I want to start here. From a creative standpoint, I look at it like this, and this is what I was taught. The most natural instrument of all instruments is the human voice. So everybody else, if you are not singing, if you're playing saxophone, guitar, trombone, whatever, piano, you want to try to sound like that human voice. Studying with Bill Adam, he talked about throwing your voice through the horn. Yes, Donald Byrd talked about that. William Fielder talked about that. The vocal aspect. I know Peter Bond talks about that. Trying to think, Don Johnson talked about that. These are all teachers that I study with. But for me, I'm really trying to get deep into almost singing the lyric into the mouthpiece, or singing the melody into the mouthpiece through the horn. Yes. And that is what I'm thinking about in a creative realm. Like you're singing through the instrument, trying to get the how could I say it? The most purest vocal sound through your instrument, through the trumpet. Yes. Okay, check this experience out that I had. So I'm in Italy and I'm out with Myron Walden's Momentum Band. So, we were out for maybe a month, right? So we were playing somewhere in Italy. I can't even remember. But there was 2 parts to the club, and it was a pretty big space, right? There was a part where the people were eating, and then there was a part where the venue was, right? So it was wild, man. We pulled up, got out of the van, and as soon as we got close to the venue to walk in, music started playing, and it was loud. And I could hear it was Miles. I was like, wow, right? And I could hear a 60s Miles. I could hear it was, with Tony and Ron and Herbie and Wayne, right? So we opened the door, and it's like a big, movie, like a big projection screen. It was huge, and it was so loud. And it hit Miles Davis's sound. Hit my core. And I was just in shock. And I was just looking at the screen in disbelief of the tone. I was like, wow. I'll never forget it. It was a live concert. Yep. Hey, it was a trumpet moment, man. It was a moment in time when I heard a trumpet player playing, and it blew my mind. His tone, it was so pure. It was so sincere. It was so, I'm trying to relive what I was feeling. It was so honest. It was so flexible. It was just flexible. It was so dark. And it was so vocal. And I just stood there watching this great master play, man. I couldn't even sit down. I was just like, what? And maybe because it was so loud too, it just felt like the band was playing. It was an experience, man. It was a musical movement. And I was like, this man is great. Of course, come on. Hey, man, I'm pouring my heart out to you. We know Miles is great. But, man, the way that hit me, I was like, that's it. That is it. Where you just hear this cat playing and you're just like, whoa. It just hits your whole being. You're just like, man. Every note is stated. Every note is in the pocket. Every note is just, let me give this to you. Deal with this. Listen. Let me. And I said, yeah, that's what this episode is about. Trying to get to the essence of the sound, of the creative sound, because that's what will connect with the people. Like when I walked in and I saw that, and I was just like, whoa. Yes. All right, well, you may ask, well, D, okay, well, how do we go forth and work on this kind of stuff? You have to check out singers. Because singers are usually, with a popular song, they're singing, and I may have said this on other videos, they're singing or they're presenting the song in its natural form most of the time. You know, when you go to singers like Frank Sinatra, Billie Holiday, Ella, Nat King Cole, you know, Sarah Vaughan, you know, even though Sarah moved, you know, like I love Nat because it was so elegant sounding, man. I mean, I love Nat. Everything just sounded so elegant. And now, you know, the way he spoke. And next, I would like to play this beautiful number, you know. Everything was just so beautifully presented, the melody, everything with Nat King Cole. For me, that's who I really adore, is Nat King Cole. So, you know, I've been studying Nat because I've been working on my vocals, and I've been studying a lot of Nat. And, you know, whenever, you know, sometimes when I present melodies to you guys, I will go to Nat, or I'll go to the vocalist, somebody, to really get the essence of the song, to hear the poetry, hear what the song is about, and how they phrase it. Then I'll listen to horn players as well. Horn players take more liberty with it, but yes, they'll present it in a beautiful way. So that's it. To imitate the human voice. Second thing is to, as I said before, speak the lyrics in the mouthpiece. Sing the melody into the mouthpiece. Experiment with those things. Okay? Then, trumpet to trumpet. You have to listen to trumpet players with great tones. You know, I love Clifford Brown. I love Donald Byrd. I love Miles, of course. You know, I love Lee Morgan. I love Freddie. I love Dizzy. All the trumpet players, you know, all of those masters just had beautiful tones. You dig? But there was something about Miles that, oh man, he just got into that vocal, man, deep, in a traditional way, then as he went in a modern way that's very fascinating. Lee Morgan hit the soul. Blue Mitchell hit the soul. You know? So you just have to check out trumpet players that you like and try to get to the essence of their tone. And on the classical side, Maurice Andre. Beautiful. Beautiful sound. Very pure tone. Cornet, like Gerard Schwartz. Very pure sound. Core. You know? So those are some classical players that you can check out. You know, but I go back to this always. And, you know, sometimes I go back and forth with the younger musicians about this. You have to imitate. You have to spend time imitating. Now you could shut the video off right now because I said it, but I'll say it because that's what I was taught. You have to spend time imitating before you can evolve, before you can evolve. And some people fight me on this. I don't want to sound like this. I don't want to be a clone. Nobody wants you to be a clone. But I'll tell you this from an educational standpoint, human education. You don't come out of the womb speaking Shakespeare. You're listening to your parents or your older or your siblings if they're older, and you're figuring out that they're communicating because you're hearing all these words and you're seeing actions. So you're like, wait a second. I need to listen to these words and try to piece it together to see how they're using these words to communicate. And then you start to transcribe what you're hearing, these sounds. You get 1 word, 2 words, 3 words, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 words. And then you're like, whoa, wait a second. They're stringing these words together. This is human development for language. And from age to age, there's a range of how much you learn. And then you get to the point where your sentence, your one words become 2 words, then it becomes sentence fragments, then it becomes a sentence. And then the more and more you learn the language, and I'm speaking English because I'm an English speaker, then you can make it more sophisticated. You could just twist it to however you want. And that's what we get from transcribing and imitating. That's what I was taught. All I'm doing is telling you my truth and what I did. You dig? So you have to, you don't have to do anything. I took that route. And then just figured out what I liked and only took what I liked and developed. Took what I liked. And to this day, I'm studying vocabulary. Right now, I'm back home to Dad, which is Charlie Parker. And I'm in DB Studios transcribing Bird. Hey, with maybe different ears now. And to see how I could twist it and turn it to the way I like to play. This music thing that we do never ends, man. You learn 20,000 songs, well, there's another million to learn. You learn a way to resolve to the one, there's 1,000 different ways. And that's what makes what we do so amazing. Because you can't master it. But you could try to get to your truth with it. Yes.